Hey all, and welcome back to Sonic Chronicles. We have arrived, thanks to, some friends on the inside, as it were, in Colony Alpha, the Voxeye Colony Alpha. And we have a powered-up Chaos Emerald as well, just in case you were in the know about this. It's literally the only way we're not being, mind-flayed right now, pretty much. But, screw your courage to the sticking place. There's still a lot of mantas to punch in the face and things to collect. So, Flame, what can we expect to be dealing with here, mate? This is a shorter part than I would expect for the climax of, a new planet.
Well, it's just like the other section. We got most of the story building sort of stuff in the first section, so now it's just explore this place, find the items that we want to pick up. Basically, there'll be a puzzle here as well, and then it's boss time, pretty much, so...
Fair enough.
We're just sort of pounding through what's left of this planet now. And I will say, this area here, I think aesthetically, this is really fucking cool. Granted, the teleporting thing does make it a bit more time consuming to navigate. But still, when you got all this cool shit going on, it is perfectly fitting for the last of the areas we're going before we reach the final area.
Absolutely understandable, mate, yeah. I'm assuming part 21 is going to be the backstory and lore part, Flame?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
I hope you're looking forward to nearly 17 minutes straight of text boxes.
I'll pay you back with 17 minutes straight of punching you in the face whenever we meet up. Granted, we're both shut-in, so that will never happen, and it's an empty threat, but still.
Yeah, maybe this was just a way of nerfing ourselves so we don't get into a major fight.
You have to make it easy for the other people. We're too strong. That's the problem with you and me, Flame. We're too strong.
This feels like something that we might tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. That's the way it comes across.
Well, that's basically what it is. So how does this puzzle work exactly? Are there any switches to press and whatnot?
Well, this is where we're just getting to it here. And when it explains to us what to do, then I might be able to fill you in with exactly what the character says.
Okay.
So basically what we're doing is we're trying to open the gates up that are stopping us from getting to the centre area. But, yeah, we're going to watch what happened because I can't remember this puzzle at all, honestly.
For fuck's sake, Flame. Jesus, you're the one meant to be running this playthrough, dude.
Well, I was alright with all the other puzzles, it's just this one in particular.
Oh, I see, it was the psychic powers stopping you from getting the answer.
Yeah, we're all with that. But yeah, got the usual setup here of getting the characters in place just so I'm not constantly going backwards and forwards, and yeah. Oh, it's a Simon kind of deal, that's what I was thinking of.
Oh god almighty. I can do these up to 4 or 5, but after that, I am SOL.
Same, I was paying very close attention here because I would fuck myself over big time if I weren't.
And the last one, boom.
That was a really disappointing Simon Says puzzle because it was basically just it goes buzz, you press the button. That was effectively it. That was pretty crap.
I think there were some fake out ones amongst it as well, but when you're just talking over it with the volume down, it's not quite as obvious.
I mean, that is true.
I keep forgetting Shade's an echidna, so when she climbed up the wall, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Pretty much, yeah. It's oh yeah, you could do that. I forgot about you had that power.
Well, Knuckles hasn't been in the party for so long. You tend to forget certain races exist in the game. Oh no, what's going on with our team? Tired of listening to you, Sonic. Oh god, Shade's tripping.
Yeah, everyone's getting mind controlled now. Fuck this shit, I didn't sign up for this. Oh look, we've got the colourful variants.
Oh yeah, I actually really like these guys as a concept, there's 3 of them and whatnot. That's got to be related to the brain in some regard, I don't know, the frontal lobes and so on and so forth. Double F in science, I ain't going to explain the human brain to you, it's fine.
I think more likely what they were thinking was let's make them distinct to the other ones, but it works all the same.
Well, they are bigger, they're different colours, it's all good.
Yeah, and also they kind of screwed themselves out of doing the Sonic Heroes coloration because all of the evil ones were red. So it's just like, wow, you kind of screwed yourself over there. Fun fact here with the Overmind is that depending on who you have in your party, that scene will change. I mean, it does anyway, but certain characters are not affected by the Overmind's power. So you will notice that Cream wasn't affected, she just said what's going on, but Shade and Shadow were, so Sonic wasn't affected either. Effectively, if it's not Sonic, Cream, Big or Omega, then they will utter a Brainwashed line, which is just them speaking their minds. Shade will speak her mind whether she's in the party or not, but Knuckles just doesn't really say anything, and Rouge says that she can't resist the Overmind. So basically the two that we missed out on were Tails saying that he feels uneasy and that he doesn't want to fight, and Amy saying that Sonic never pays attention to her.
Okay.
And she says that whether you've been nice to her or not. The reasoning that Sonic, Cream, Big and Omega are not affected, maybe, according to the Sonic Wiki, because one, Sonic possesses a Great Emerald, so there's potentially that, or, just his incredibly strong will.
Yeah.
Cream's not affected because she's far too innocent. Big is already simple-minded, though I believe it is, he basically does say that the Overmind's powers give him a headache, but basically he's too dim to be mind-controlled. And then Omega is a robot, so obviously a robot doesn't have a mind which can be controlled, but then that opens up the whole thing of what is a mind.
Well, especially given Omega is sentient, the way that he has a personality, he befriends certain characters, and he has a grudge against Eggman. He's a robot in form only, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, in the Archie comic, there was a whole thing with Gamma, who basically, he and Omega got into, a fight, and Gamma's this badass army sniper or whatnot, covering his tracks and so on. And I think the thing was, Gamma's spirit went into Omega, who was kind of, blood crazy and whatnot, and, that's what calmed Gamma down, what calmed Omega down was Gamma's personality, which slowly faded away, but the influence remained.
Well, even in terms of, say, Sonic Adventure, Gamma has got his own moral code and that in that game as well. So these robots, it's kind of hard to just see them as robots when they act like people.
Detroit become human.
But yeah, in terms of these enemies here, one thing that you do want to look out for is, as you can see there, Sonic is taking constant damage. They do have poison attacks, and that is kind of their go-to thing, as well as the counter that the others have. So, they're very much a let you chip away at yourself kind of enemy. So yeah, if you don't get lucky like I basically have, then maybe having some healing items ready is a good idea as well.
It's funny you were mentioning Koga earlier, because this is basically the poison-type gym of Sonic Chronicles.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less annoying going by the experience that I had not too long ago.
Yeah, can you imagine if that muck just countered every time instead of, evading?
Yeah, well, it had that, and it also had the thing that raises its evasiveness as well.
Minimise.
Yeah, minimise. So, when I was going with the strategy of trying to get my Sand Slash to use Dig on it, which maybe wasn't the smartest thing in retrospect, but hey, I didn't have a Psychic type at the time. It's a hard thing to counter.
Nicely done, Flame.
I mean, it's very nicely done, but what I will say is that I believe that Tom and I had the same tactic of using the Nido King, because having a poison type with a poison/ground type is an absolute godsend for Koga's gym, because he can't really do much to stop you.
To be fair, I did use Nido King on my first run, but on my second run I thought I'd try using different Pokemon than just my usual Gen 1 team, and that kind of backfired on me.
Yeah, that's fair, mate, that's fair. Yay, now we are the Overmind, you will obey us all!
Now it's safe for us to rule. What did you say?
Nothing, go about your business, nothing to see here.
Good old DMC, but yeah.
Yeah, oh god, no. Not going near that one, no thanks. Let's do Winky Face, please do Winky Face.
That has some implications, Tom.
Don't let this go to your head, okay? Ha 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 ha! We don't have a head. We're just organs floating in a manta ray.
More look at these things. You were saying about them reminding you of Mantin and whatnot, Rich, but like I'm just saying they look like more organic versions of the fucking gun beetles. Like just their shape,
I'm not saying that. You're insane, Flame. Insane.
What? They literally do though.
I mean, what I'm getting from that particular piece of art was more a really colourful, slightly odd version of the Smoky Prog from Pikmin.
Now we're talking.
Just something in the sort of bulbous shape. It just sort of gave off that vibe.
Yeah.
And also, that's ridiculous, and I love it.
It's kind of reminiscent of the time travel thing from, oh man, look at these motherfuckers. And this is probably the best piece of music in the game, really.
I disagree. I would say the mini-boss theme is the best one with that like cool bass riff going on through it, but this is a pretty good one as well.
I mean, to be fair, really, the battle themes are sort of the highlight of the music in this game, but even then I wouldn't say that they're the most amazing things, but I think a lot of that is to do with instrumentation rather than perhaps the actual melodies and stuff themselves, because you do lose a lot of charm when everything's sort of smeared with tin.
Yeah, for sure. Like, the OST isn't without, like, charm or even bangers in there. Like, I like the Zoa Colony theme a lot, actually, and, like, Flame mentioned, we have the mini-boss theme, we have this theme. I actually forget what the final boss theme is, honestly, but that's because the final boss isn't that great.
It's one of the things that happens quite a lot in Sonic, where they write a fucking, like, 4-minute song for a section ring for 30 seconds. So I never forget that. Like them sections of Emerald Coast and that where there's like entire 4.5 minute compositions that can Snowy put together for you to speed through really, really quickly.
Well, that's for the OST, I suppose. Also, isn't there like a lyrical version of Emerald Coast? It's a Japanese song.
Yeah, there is one that Jun did with one of his other projects that he's got a Japanese singer singing over. The group name is JXJ and it's an adaptation of his Blue World. And it's actually kind of cool. It
is, it's a really nice tune, actually. But let's punch these guys in the face and go home, because I'm ready to be off the Vox Eye world now. There's too much psychicness, too much pinkness, and I'm ready to actually go kick eggs in the face.
Yeah, it would be nice. We've been leading up to it. I mean, obviously I know we've got lore dump parts in the next part, but we'll be into the final chapter, so that is at least something.
So basically what you're saying is you're getting a bit homesick from having these other creatures just loitering in your head, sort of barging the way in rudely, and we want to get back to some normality. Yeah,
at least with X you know where you stand. With Psychics, they could do whatever that you want, or they want even. See, they made me say the wrong thing there.
That was totally their fault, even though we've beat them.
That's gonna be my go-to excuse in the future. If ever I get a fact wrong in this, a psychic made me do it.
I'm sure everyone will believe you.
Better they believe me than believe you, Flame, honestly.
What do I say? I own up when I fuck up. Most of the time.
Do you?
On you.
Oh no, not gonna touch that one, Flame.
Go on. Do whatever you got. Do your work.
Do your work? Shall we do an activity as well, Flame?
Yeah, like you've clearly got something you want to say.
No, I was just trying to rile you up, honestly.
I know.
Well, it fucking works, so fuck you.
Oh, these end of colony parts are just a delight.
Oh, I know. These are such great team bonding exercises, I have to say.
And we'll have an arc, we'll get over it, and by the end we'll still be at each other's throats. So really, what was the fucking point? This screenplay is utter garbage.
Well, it's one of them team building activities. It's almost like we're doing a real job here that we get delegated to these things.
Well, if you let me pay you, it would be a real job, but no. Gotta hold that over my head, don't you?
I haven't mentioned this in months. It's you who keeps fucking bringing it up.
Yeah, well, you still shit-talk me on Twitter, so I'm going to keep bringing it up.
Yeah. Also, I believe that what Tom's tactic here is to just totally guilt trip you into letting him pay you by, putting it out there for all of our fans to see that you're a selfless human
He's
being.
shooting himself in the foot. Like, oh no, I get to save a bit more money at the end of the month. Like, that's a bad thing for me somehow.
Well, I caused Flame to have a panic attack, so that's really all my end game here was. So there's a bunch of shit empowering X right now. I don't think we can go right there. No, Big, we are not giving you some ice cream. Have some ellipsis instead.
To be fair, I think giving Big some ice cream would be a good shout right now, because honestly, they're trying to get multiple different alien colonies to work together, and honestly, I'd just go sit and have a bit of ice cream as well at this point.
Richie, do you see a single ice cream van on any of these colonies?
I'm sorry, lots of stuff got sucked into this Twilight cage with the Chaos Emerald. Surely they could have at least had the decency to suck in an ice cream man.
God, like, Rupert Grint was, like, bopping about in his ice cream truck and he just got sucked through the portal. Whoa!
Yeah, these calls aren't quite as interesting for people in the Sonic universe either, just calling them in the group chat right now.
Basically, they're Skyping it up right now. You're kind of stupid, Blue One, but this is pretty rad. So we're having a summit, essentially, I guess.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we'll see you next time where the lore dump happens. See ya. Fuck you, Flame.